So you're in Olympia and it's date night and you have no idea where to go. We're going to talk about the top spots to check out.
We're going to run through our top 5 picks for date night restaurants. What it's like to be in the restaurant, what kind of ambiance you can expect, maybe even the dress code.
So yeah, you're wondering, like, can I wear a t-shirt? Should I wear a fancy white shirt like this? What's it like to be in the shoes of the people that are there? And what is the food like, more importantly? So first on the list is the Swing Wine Bar. What do you think about this place?
I love going to Swing. It's so great for a date night. It's really intimate. It's kind of quiet. It's a little bit dark. The food is different. So I just love that for a intimate date night is what I would call it.
What's really cool about it is it sits over Capitol Lake. And they actually opened up a huge area in the back. So you can actually, in the summers, you can eat outside and just take in that view of the lake. I know a lot about it because it's actually where I went on my first date with my wife. We're on YouTube. This is not my wife, just so everybody knows. Everybody thinks
Everybody gets that confused.
But yeah, it is an amazing place.
What's really cool about this place is it used to be an old craftsman home. It's sitting up on a hill, so you have to kind of walk up this little zigzag to get up to the door. When you walk in, it feels like you're walking into a house. And then there's different ways you can be seated, either downstairs or upstairs or in the back. So it's just a really cool feel.
It's going to be a little bit loud if you're inside, but it's one of those places where you're zoned in on who you're there with. But there's other people around, and we actually have a funny story. When I was there, my wife and I were sitting down, and so the other couple was pretty close to us, and we actually tried to predict what it is they were gonna order for their drinks and their food. So just based off of, it sounds bad, but kind of how they looked and everything. And we actually got it completely backwards. So I thought the guy was gonna order the beer, and I thought the lady was gonna order like a fruity drink or whatever, and I was totally backwards, which made our first date pretty freaking hilarious.
So overall, I'd say Swing is a really great date night place. The cocktails are amazing. They have small plates, really excellent appetizers.
Can't go wrong with that place. So number 2 on the list is the place you go if you want the most perfect kind of ambiance and setting, and you want to go and take somebody for a waterfront date night. The reason is because Olympia has an East Bay and a West Bay. And guess where this restaurant is? It's right at the point of where the East Bay and the West Bay come down. And so you have a view, and the restaurant is all, one side is all glass windows. So you look directly down the channel, which is really cool. If it's during the day, it's really cool at night. It's literally the perfect setting if you want waterfront dining.
We're talking about Anthony's Hearthfire Grill in Olympia, and it's a really fun restaurant. I love going there. I can tell you though that you're always gonna run into people you know. Obviously, if you're not from here, you're not going to, but every time I go there, I run into somebody I know. So make sure you're dressed up, make sure you're looking great, because it's kind of one of those vibes where you walk in and everybody's really happy to be there. It's fun, it's a little bit loud inside. So if you're trying to have like a really intimate dinner, it might not be the best place, but this is a fun place to take a date.
What if you want to look like a bum?
You could, I suppose. I don't know.
I don't know why I said that. So if you want to get a little dressed up, not too dressed up, don't want to look like a bum like I was talking about, but if you want to check out a place with a great view, with really great cocktails, and just amazing setting with waterfront, that's where you should go.
If you're not from the area, this might be a great place for you to try seafood for the first time. They have all the options there. Salmon, oysters, any kind of fish actually. There's 2 or 3 different. They do a lot of seasonal stuff there too. So I was like, in the summer, they do one type of fruit, and in the winter, they do a totally different selection. So it's a great place to try seasonal.
Did you say fruit?
Yeah.
I didn't know they had fruit there. They have fruit for their dishes?
They put huckleberries in their dessert in
fruit.
the summer, and then peaches later. Of course, they have all different.
Okay, so you can have
it's
your
a
seafood.
restaurant. They have all different kinds of food.
You can have your seafood with your fruit. Wow. So if you're looking for a fancy waterfront spot, this is your spot. The food is good. You won't have any worries about the food. You get plenty of fruit with it, apparently, and some good drinks too. So Anthony's Hearthfire, number 2 on the list.
Yes.
So if you're not from the Northwest, just so you know, if you hear oysters, it's synonymous with date night, typically. And not everybody likes oysters, but we're gonna talk about the spot you go if you want oysters, and maybe the spot that you go if you want date night to be a little early, because some of us are getting old. Some of us want to do date night between 4 and 6, and we don't necessarily want to wait until 9 p.m.
Really early for a date night.
Well,
is that what you do to your wife? You're like,
it.
I'll take you out,
Hey.
but only if we can get home by 7:30 so I can watch my show.
Well, it's kind of both of us, but I'm not going to talk about whose idea it is to go out that early.
What you need to know about Chelsea Farms is a pretty small space, so you're going to want to call ahead, get a reservation, make sure you have a good seat, because the restaurant's kind of small and it can get a little loud in there if it's really busy.
Yeah, it's a really exclusive small space, and they really focus on top-notch service and everything on the menu. There's no fluff on the menu.
Yeah, everything is so
yeah.
fresh. You can totally tell when you're eating the oysters in there, they are above all of the others really in town. They're really amazing.
The drinks, cocktails, wine, food, oyster bar, everything is 5-star. And so you definitely want to lock in being able to go there with a reservation.
So yeah, Chelsea Farms, downtown, near the water, fantastic fresh seafood, excellent drinks, great date night spot. Just remember to get a reservation.
If you want a steak, right? You're like the classic like steakhouse person. And you want to go to a place that actually has on their window sexy beef, then you're going to want to go to the next restaurant on the list. And what's crazy is we're actually filming right above their kitchen. It's right beneath us right now. I can actually hear them moving racks and stuff like that. They're cooking down there. It's Ricardo's restaurant in the Lacey, Olympia area. So what you want to know about Ricardo's, you walk in and there's a meat locker with all the fresh, long time aged steaks.
This
the tomahawks.
is not a place for vegetarians.
No.
Don't go there. You're gonna actually cry if you walk through the front door. It's not for you.
Yes, it is sexy beef
It's
time.
really not for
It's
you.
sexy beef time. Really cool atmosphere. And they got, if you walk in the cocktail lounge, all the wine bottles on the ceiling. It's a really, really cool place that you should check out at least once. And you'll probably find yourself going back and again if you like the steak.
Yeah,
for
the
sure.
steaks are really good. You're not wrong there. Steaks are really great. I actually really enjoy, they have a lobster bisque that's so good. Salads are great. Drinks are fantastic. We sometimes go down there for happy hour, a little gin and tonic. Really great cocktails.
So in the Olympia and Lacey area, it is not like Vegas. You know, you go, you've got the glass fireplaces outside with all the cool lighting and whatever. It's like it's in LA or Vegas. Like it is not like that in Olympia. I'm sorry to tell you, but I would say Ricardo's is the closest thing to that, right? Like
It's probably the only spot where you walk up and you're like, this is actually really nice out here. You really want to hang out on the back patio of Ricardo's. It's a great place
it feels
to spend a spring or summer evening. Even if it's a little bit cold, it's okay because they do have the fireplace.
So my son would call it modern. Like he understands contemporary, right? And he's like a 5-year-old, right? So it's like that, you know, it looks like you're in LA, it looks like you're in Vegas. It's the best way to describe it, but it has good food to back that up, especially the sexy beef.
Next on our list is Gardner's. If you're not so much into sexy beef and you want to just go downtown and have a really nice formal sit down, they lay out all the courses for you. So you can go through salad, dinner, actually salad, appetizers, dinner, all the way through, all the courses.
So the emphasis is really on that whole like service level, right? Like the Ritz-Carlton type of feel.
You're going to be there for a long, long time.
Yep.
But the food is fantastic, so just be prepared.
So if your grandparents are coming to town, you don't take them to sexy beef, right? You take them to Gardner's. This is the place where it's predictable, it's really nice, the setting's good, the food's gonna be good, they're gonna lay out the courses, you're gonna have, you know, the white linen and all those things. So that's where you take them, Gardner's restaurant. So number 6 on the list is Mercato, Ristorante. Right, my accent's not very good. Mercato on Market Street. So it's right across from the farmer's market, and it is fresh Italian food, but not in the Italian traditional sense, like big plates of spaghetti and huge meatballs, right? It's like an urban setting.
Yeah, for a date night, this would be a cute place to go if you're out walking around. Down at the farmer's market or whatever, and you want to grab dinner. It's pretty casual, so you don't have to really dress up to go into Mercato. So I would say it's a casual date night type place.
It's casual, but it's actually really nice in there.
Yes,
it's not like fine dining, but the presentation of everything, the service is good. They have an amazing cocktail list. It's a really easy place if you're making a last minute decision and you want to make a good decision, but it's not a anniversary or anything like that. Even if it was an anniversary, it would serve you just fine. But it's just there.
Yeah, you don't have to
solid.
feel like, oh, we have to go home and change before we go out to dinner.
Yeah.
You can just go.
So no list would be complete without talking about the places you wish you've been to that everybody else talks about. And we're pretty good experts on Olympia, but we haven't been to every restaurant. We're not like total freaks, right? We just go to restaurants all day long every day.
No, I would love to go to both of these places, but I haven't had the chance to go there yet, so.
And every time they show up on top lists, we hear people talk about them, so we're including them now. So here's the thing, we're not gonna give you very many details other than to tell you about them a little bit because we've never been there, right? But we feel like they should have been included. So let's tell them. Okay, so both of them are not American steakhouses, and one's French and one's Italian. And so we're gonna try to pronounce them, and we may totally butcher it. So I'm sorry if you're one of these restaurant owners, it's not intentional, but we wanna make sure that everybody knows about your place.
La Petite Maison? Is that how you say it?
I think so. La Petite Maison.
And then what is the other one? Basilica Ristorante. Is that right?
That's close. And Basilico Ristorante.
I thought that was an A.
I rolled my R though.
That looks like an A.
No, it's an O.
Oh.
Basilico Ristorante. I think it's perfectly safe to say that we know nothing about these places, but they made the list because we hear people talk about them all the time.
Yep.
Here's the thing, I know that the La Petite Maison is really hard to get into. It's like the exclusive place. And what's crazy is in Olympia, because of the environment with this virus that everybody's been dealing with forever, some of these restaurants, some of the best places have actually closed down, unfortunately.
Yeah, I've heard nothing but great things about both those places, so very excited to try it.
Yep. So thanks for sticking with us through our crazy presentation of all the best restaurants, date night in Olympia. And be sure to like and subscribe to the channel if you want more information about Olympia and date night.
If you're thinking about more than just date night, if maybe you're trying to get away for the weekend, check out our video we just posted, top 8 weekend getaways within 3 hours of Olympia.
Yep. It's never a bad thing if you're taking date night on the road.